Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for our mamas. Well, hello everyone and happy holidays. I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday, and we are now going to recap both the 2024 Warsaw Cup as well as the Cup of China. This was a week filled of skating. I watched so much skating. At the end of the day, my predictions were 50-50. Some of these events I was right on, some of these events I was completely off. Starting off with the dance in the Warsaw Cup. So I had 50-50, I would say here. So I had picked Evgenia Larapova and Jeffrey Bissard to win this. Amelia Zingras and Vladimir Kolesnik to be in second place. Marie Jurde Laurent and Romain Lagat to be in third place. Hannah Len and Ye Kwan to be in fourth place. Marie Dupayej and Tomas Nabayas to be in fifth place. Ava Pate and Logan Bai in seventh place. Jennifer Rutzberg and Benjamin Stefan in seventh place. And then I had Nadine Buscar and Peter Beaumont in eighth place. The reality of it is Evgenia and Jeffrey did win here. Amelia and Vadim were in second place. I was pleasantly surprised with Hannah and Ye in third place. Ava and Logan were fourth. Marie Jude and Romain were in fifth. Jennifer and Benjamin were in sixth. Victoria and Carlo, so Victoria Manny and Carlo Roethlisberger was in seventh, and then Zoe Lawson and Andril Copran were in eighth place. As for Nadia and Peter, they were in 12th place. So starting off with Nadia and Peter, I feel like both the boutique of figure skating, which is the coaching staff of Nadia and Peter, and the Casco of figure skating, which is I am the whole Gabor team, I don't really know what they're doing. For some reason, they both felt like Lady Marmala, Gitchy Gitchy Ya Ya Da Da is premium material for 50s, 60s, 70s. And what I will say is, and this will tie in later when I get to another skater, at least Nadia is not stiff. So there is some rhythm in her Gichi Gichi Yaya Dada. But this pair I felt were done a disservice by the boutique of figure skating, and that they were given two really bad programs this season. I would say the free is quite horrible. I don't even know what's going on with the programs are bad. The packaging is also bad. Like, I don't know what's going on with the bottom of Nadia's skirt. It really looked like somebody took her costume and put it through a paper shredder and then stopped halfway, and so now you have the bottom is all shredded. There is nothing that I like about their free. There's barely nothing that I like about their rhythm dance. I was generous and I had them in eighth place. The judges were like, no, we're putting you in 12th place. And you know what? I can definitely understand it. For me, there were some skaters that really stood out in this competition, like Sophia Duval and Victor Kuleza. They have a free program where they have the opening lift where he lifts her over the head. It's the same lift that Madison Hubble and Zachary Donahue did, and I love those kind of lifts, and I don't understand why we don't get more of it in ice dance, but I really just love their free this season. To the people who did make it into the top eight, Marie and Thomas, she struggled a little in her twizzles and the rhythm dance, which kind of brought their scores down, but the free dance was really hard on them. They had a fall on a choreo slide, which it was just devastating. Um, I do love both of their program. I love thematically where this ice dance theme is going. They're so small, both of them, but they skate so big, and I love that about them. Unfortunately, with the fall, they did find themselves 11th overall, but I do want for this team to do so much better. And then we also had Marie and Roman, which is another team that I absolutely love. However, the rhythm dance was a little shaky here. They did come back in the free, and they do have like that Western free program that I know most people don't like. But I really, really like this program only because I feel like they embodied the character so well. And I was really glad to see them skate this program completely clean here. I still want to hold out hope that they are going to be that third Canadian team and that they will get a trip to World, because I feel like this team has put in their time and their due, and I would love to see them at Worlds with these two programs just personally. Jennifer and Benjamin, I still don't understand their outfit and relationship to their rhythm dance. Like there is a disconnect in my brain between what they're skating to and what they're wearing, and how is that supposed to be telling me a story? However, the judges seems to really like this rhythm dance, so I guess that's what it is, because they were in third after the rhythm dance. Unfortunately, this was a very difficult free for them. They had a fall on the choreo step sequence, then another fall on a slide. This season, something strange is going on in ice dance. Normally, you might have like 2 to 4 falls for the whole season. However, this year we are seeing like 2 to 4 falls per competition. There's something really strange going on in ice dance this season. The podium at this event made me incredibly happy. I was unimaginably happy with this podium in ice dance. With Hannah and Ye finally getting some love from the judges this season, as I felt like they've literally been underscored the entire season. Winning the bronze here, to me, their rhythm dance is really fun. The packaging now looks really good with her new outfit, and I was so happy to see them finally getting like a 74. I hope this score carries over, but I doubt that it will. The free is one of my favorite this season. That Cruella Duville, they are selling it, and I am buying it. I'm just so happy to see that the judges are now getting on board with this program. I hope to see them continue to receive these kind of scores at Four Continent. And I don't know, maybe I'm being a little greedy. A medal at Four Continent, probably not likely, but I wouldn't mind seeing them at least in the top five. The silver went to Amelia and Vladim, who had two clean programs here. This is the first time this season they had two clean programs, and I'm so happy for them. I This is one of the few pairs that I do like both of their program. I like what they're doing in the free. I love what I like what they're doing in the rhythm dance. I love what they're doing in the free. This is the pair that from the get-go, I said I was betting on because there is so much potential in this pair. Vladim is a fabulous, probably one of the top male ice dance in the coming generation. And I feel like Amelia has that potential to be that diva, that ice diva that you need in an ice dance pair. They have so much speed. They might be like one of the fastest pairs of their generation right now. They cover so much ice. Their lines are so nice. And guys, on a shallow tip, they make a very pretty picture on the ice. Just visually, they're very pretty to look at. And people might be like, well, that's not part of skating. Let's not lie to ourselves. Figure skating is a very shallow sport. The packaging, the look is definitely part of skating. Come on now. Let's not lie to ourselves. So I was very glad for them, and I think these two clean programs is going to help their cause in terms of national, in terms of Four Continent, and then eventually Worlds. The winner here were, of course, Evgenia and Jeffrey. I am fast becoming a fan of this team because of the uniqueness and the sharpness of their skating. Their rhythm dance is just as special now to me as when they started this season, because they went to something that suited them as skater as opposed to just doing what everyone else was doing. And I love that. And whenever I hear, oh, those Russians, it's so on the nose, it's so cheeky. I kind of love it. The free, I feel like it takes you on an AI trip. I feel like what the Italians are trying to do is what the French have achieved, which is that robotic AI futuristic trip, and they do it so well. I'm starting to believe the bronze medal at European is looking closer and closer for this pair, but we will have to wait and see. As for the men, I had Gabriele Faggiapani in first place, Adam Hagera in second place, Corey Cecile in third place, Luke Economidis in fourth place, Vladimir Semilov in fifth place, Ivan Shatakov in sixth place, Maxim Nomov in seventh place, Lucas Valesvik in eighth place, Voltaire Vetanen in ninth place, and then Mauricio Zadran to wrap up my 10th. I was completely wrong. First off, Adam and Corey did not even compete at this event, and then the actual standing, I'm just going to do the top six, was Vladimir Semilov, followed by Gabriele Faggiapani, then Ivan Shatakov, then Cornel Witkowski, then Koro Masak, and then Luke Economist. Okay. The two skaters that I thought might have good performances here were Maxim Nemov and then Maurizio Zadron. Maurizio had an uneven short program with moments here and there. He had a better free program, but it was far from clean. Maxime was in fifth place after the short program, where he had like a fall on the triple axel, but otherwise it was a fairly clean program for him. However, the free was a different story. He was down on the open quad south. He managed to hang on to both triple axels, but he had like step outs or under or whatever on most of the jumps. Hopefully he has a better outing at US Nationals, but I don't really see him making the world teams so far. Luke continues to impress me with his performance. However, he is still looking out for those clean outing. In the short, he had a hand down on the triple axel. I really like seeing him spin in both directions, and I love the energy in his free program. And I love the fact that he's trying the quad sal in the free program, which means that he is aware that he needs to up his technical, arsenal in order to be competitive. He doesn't quite have it, but I do commend him for going for it and trying it. The two other skaters that were in the top six, I'm really not familiar with. Krylo had an okay skating here, nothing that really stood out for me. And then Cornell had a beautiful open triple axel with lots of speed across the ice. I think he picked interesting music. The jumps are okay, and he has nice spins. And he had this beautiful sliding movement in his free program. I am going to look out for the skater because I'm not that familiar with him. Medaling here, and I'm so happy, was Ivan. Oh my God. He only had triples in his short program, but they were all clean. And Ivan is wonderfully committed to whatever story he is telling and whatever performance he is given. While the free is fun, it's not really my cup of tea, but I really do like his short program this season. Gabriele got the silver here and he was not happy. You could tell that he was hoping to win. However, he had a step out on the quad toe in the short program. Then he had the same error in the free. He had a better quad style jump here than he's had before, but everything else was a fight. It was a fight. This was a fight for him. Gabriele has competed a lot this season, so I am hoping that he will take some much deserved rest before he has to go to Italian national and then European if he makes the team. The winner here, Vladimir Somolov, was a complete surprise to me, guys. Complete surprise to me. He had a nice opening quad sal, which he followed by just a solid triple axel. He has good speed, nice skating skills, and he knows how to play to and with the audience, which is a skill that you cannot teach someone. That has to be inherently and naturally to their personality, which they then bring out in their performances. He really was playing up to the audience and the judges, which I really liked. And this short program from him is like really, really fun. The free was not as successful, with him going down on the opening quad lutz and then followed by him just doubling the quad sal. However, the rest of the program was mostly clean. And now I'm kind of looking towards Vladimir to see what else he has in there, especially in terms of European. Pairs, the two Italian pairs that I thought were going to compete at this event were not here. So my pick were Anastasia Meltonkina and Luka Barilova to win. Then I had Lucretia Bacardi and Matteo Garizzi in second place. Then I had Rebecca Gilardi and Filippo Ambrosini in third place. I had Anastasia Vapinlaw and Luke Digby in fourth place. I had Daria Danilova and Mitchell Tabas in fifth place. I had Amar Caldara and Ricardo Marglio in sixth, followed by Fiona Bombardier and Benjamin Menard in seventh, then Isabel Martin and Ryan Badar. I had in ninth Leticia Rocher and Louis Suchter. And then in 10th place, I had Oksana Volamos and Tom Bovat. I was completely wrong. So just sticking with the top six, the winner here was Anastasia Meltonkina and Luka Barilova. The two Italians were not competing here. In second place was Anastasia Vimpelord and Luke Digby. Surprising third place was Fiona Babadia and Benjamin Menard. In fourth place, again surprising me, was Anaxa Volamos and Tom Bovar. In fifth place was Daria Danilova and Mitch Subat. And then in sixth place was Leticia Rutcher and Louis Suchter. This was an easy win for Anastasia and Luca. Neither programs were clean here. They made mistakes both in their short and in their free. However, they were technically in a league of their own, so none of the other teams were going to catch up with them unless they completely imploded, which they didn't really do here. Again, every time I see these programs with Etheri not there, they look a little better to me. So I guess somebody was explaining on Twitter that the free program, he's an old man reminiscing about his life as he's preparing to die, and she's death traveling through his life with him, preparing to take him to his final journey. And I was like, oh Lord, that's what the shaky arm and leg and her hood is for? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that explanation because I sure needed it. But yeah, they are technically a very, very sound team. And I always say that. They're a very technically sound team. Do I agree with any of their PCS scores? Absolutely not, but it is what it is. And this was a well-deserved win for them. They were clearly the top of the class. In second place, and I was so happy for them, was Anastasia and Luke. Oh my goodness. And they were the story of this pair's event for me. They had one of their best short programs to date. I have to say it again, this team has improved so much. I really like their packaging. I like how well they match. The free was a little less successful for them, but I can see a top six finish, maybe like easily top 10 finish, easily top 8 finish, but maybe even a top 6 finish for them at European. And that would be huge. The third place was the new team of Fiona and Benjamin. And I did not see this coming. It seems like Canada is really working on their team's program. And honestly, they're not really standing out on anything quite yet. There's nothing wrong about this team, but there's nothing wow about this team. But I just like to see the level of work that Canada is putting into their team program overall. I do also want to mention Oksana and Tom because they have a huge twist. It in the short program, that twist was the best twist out of the bunch. It was just all the way up into the air. And then finally, the Warsaw Cup was the women. Again, I was completely wrong. I said for my picks, it was going to be Sofia Samandokina in first place, Anna Pizzetta in second place, Livia Kaiser in third, Laureen Charles in fourth, Clara Seo in fifth, Ekaterina Karakova in sixth, Emmy Peltoconi in seventh, Leah Serna in eighth, Kaya Butner in ninth, and Eva Lota Caboose in 10th. First of all, Sofia Semendolkina and Emmy Peltonen did not compete at this event. Instead, the standing was so surprising to me with Catherine Medlin Spence winning here, Ekaterina Karakova in second place, Marina Pereda in third place, Laureen Charles in fourth, Anna Pazita in fifth, Livia Kaiser in sixth, Kaya Rutner in seventh, Leah Serna in eighth, Eva Caboose in ninth. I was nowhere near any guessing in any correct direction. Clara I had in the top six and she ended up 12. The short was okay, but the free with a pop on the triple axel, and then she had a hard split fall into the triple loop. She went into the loop, she lost control, and then she landed in a split position in the ice. And I felt like that sort of just knocked the wind out of her, and then the rest of the program was just her popping and falling. I do think she is a lovely skater, and I could see her in pairs. I could see her do very well in pairs, especially in terms of like the lifts. I could see Claire having just a lovely air position. That's just an idea. I was so happy to see Ava Lota Caboose do so well here. She is coming back from injury, and her first competition was really hard to watch. However, this was a much stronger outing for her. The long is still a struggle, but you could clearly see the recovery is happening and the improvements are being made. Leah had another uneven competition here. They are parts of the program that I like, both in the short and in the free. However, overall, the jumps are so much of a struggle that it makes it kind of difficult for me to enjoy the program overall. Kaya Rutner, her jumps are really under-rotated. Like, you don't even need a replay to see how under-rotated her jumps are, both in the short and in the free program. The good thing that I would say is that Kaya is at the point of her career where I think they could fix her jump. Like, if they really next season are like, okay, we're gonna work on you getting some skating skills, we're gonna work on your edge. Tracy Wilson takes special attention. We do some extra edge work with Tracy. That would probably give her the speed, the knee bend, the tension that she needs to actually get these jumps fully rotated. At least that's what I think. Like, there is hope if they decide to go into action right now. Oh my God, Livia. Livia has so much potential to be a girthy jumper. However, I do feel like the power of her jump, while it is her strength, it's also her limitation right now. The open triple lutz in the short program was great. However, when it came time to add on the triple toe, it was only a double toe and it was a step out. In the free, we had a lovely, big, beautiful triple sow cow. And Olivia also has like lovely, beautiful arm position. I just hope they can work on the power ratio so that her jumps are not as out of control as they are now. Because if they could fix that and maybe work on her spins, because she's always losing levels on her spins, I could definitely see her as a skater that makes podium. She has that much potential. Um, Anna gives my heart so much pain. I feel like the skating deities are just messing with me. We started that short program with a triple Lutz, triple toe combo that I felt it, guys. I felt that triple Lutz, triple toe. I was like, this is what jumping is about. And then we immediately had a step out on the double axel, and then she doubled the flip. And I was like, come on. The jumps are one thing, but the technique is another. I mean, the technical color was really hard here. We had a lot of level 2 step sequences. I was surprised. And Anna was one of those skaters who got that level 2 step sequence. Not only does Anna tend to over rotate her jumps, she also has a really pronounced leg wrap. Like when she pops her jump and she doubles them instead of triple them, you could see that leg wrapped all the way around. And that leg wrap is just not, it's not pleasing aesthetically. But I will still die on this hill that Anna is one of the few skaters that I would love to see do a quad sal, like a quad lutz, a quad toe, a quad something. Like we would all just be like, yes, the girthiness. But for now, I'm just suffering through the heartache. Laureen had another difficult skate here. I feel like, unfortunately, her jump technique is so unconventional, and I think it may be starting to fail her, which is sad because she was just starting to grow as a skater. You could see she was starting to pay attention to her music. She was starting to think more about the in-between skating, and for her jumps to start failing her now is really quite sad to see. Um, then in third place, guys, I've never heard of this skater. I've never seen this skater compete. Was Marina. I, I, my first impression was a nice skater with a lot of double jumps. Like the short program was okay. The free program was just a lot of double jumps. But she's got a lovely softness to her skating. So I know why she was in third place here, given how the other skaters perform. I just don't honestly have a sense of who she is as a skater yet, only because this is the first time I can remember realistically seeing her skate. Ekaterina Kadakova on home ice managed a silver medal here. I did not think she would be in the at the podium on this event or any other events this season other than nationals, to be quite honest. I mean, in the short program, we're continuing to see that triple Lutz double toe, and she had a step out on the double toe, which was more than what we've been seeing from her for this whole season. I mean, the triple loop and the double axel here were much better than her last competition. So she is making improvement. My favorite part of Ekaterina's skating is how much fun Ekaterina has skating, which allows me to enjoy her skating. Like she is skating the hell out of that Let's Get Loud program. And I also felt like if she could do that program cleanly, it would really be a moment. The free was the cleanest I've seen from her all season. The only major mistake she had was on the triple Sal Cow combination. I'm still concerned for Ekaterina because I feel like at World, if she does that triple Lutz triple toe and it's perfect, maybe she could make the free. But if she does that triple Lutz triple toe, I mean, not even a triple toe, a double toe, and it's not good, we may have her not be able to make the free again this year. And I just feel like that would be very devastating to see. All winner here, Catherine Medlin Spencer, another skater I've never heard of, another skater I've never seen. But oh my God, she had me saying, wow. She opened up her short program with a huge triple toe. Her triple toe remind me of another Canadian woman skater, one Miss Gabby Delman, who had a huge triple toe combination. Catherine has beautiful skating, nice jump. This was a pleasant surprise for me. The free program, there is no triple triple combination. However, there is a nice jump technique and some nice spins to this skater. Overall, I'm really happy because now Canada has another Canadian woman who has the technical minimum requirement for Worlds. And I'm also really looking forward now to see her at Canadian National to see if she could build upon this outing. Was very, very happy with Warsaw. Nothing about Warsaw upset me. There was a lot of surprises, which is why I like to watch these kind of events, is because you never know what diamond in the rough you might end up, you know, getting in these competition. As far as who to put like my spotlight on in terms of this event, I'll do two. One, I will put my spotlight on Hannah Lynn and Ye Kwan, not so much on them, but so much on the judges finally giving them decent scores this season. I was really, really happy to see that. And I will also put my spotlight on, I will shine my spotlight on Catherine Medlin and Medlin Spencer, simply because I was not expecting this. And she definitely delivered, and I was very happy to see it. Now we move on to the 2024 Cup of China, in which I would say 3 out of 4 of the disciplines surprised me. If we start with dance, because that surprised me a lot, my pick for the dance was Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Lagat to win. I know they weren't, but whatever. I'm putting things out into the universe that I want to see. I had Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri in second place. I had Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko in third place. I had Yulia Tequila and Mateus Velus in fourth place. I had Olivia Smart and Tim Dick in fifth place. I had Caroline Green and Marco Parson in sixth place. I had Lucia de Mogat and Theo Lemercier in seventh place. I had Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin in eighth place. I had June Fei Ren and Jian Zheng in ninth place. And then I had Zizi Zhao and Ling Hao He in 10th place. The actual outcome of this event was Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri won. Marjorie Lagat and Zachary Lagat in second place. Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko in third place. Olivia Smart and Tim Dick in fourth place. Julia Tequila and Mateus Velus in fifth place. Caroline Green and Michael Parson in sixth place. Lucia de Mogat and Theo Lemercier in seventh place. Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin in eighth place. Jun Feng Rang and Jiang Zhang in ninth place. And then Zixi Zhao and Ling Hao He in 10th place. Starting with Zixi and Ling Gao, he had a freak fall at the start of their free program. Just out of nowhere, he had a freak fall, which again, I have to keep saying, there seems to be something going on in ice dance this season that we have never seen before, with just so many falls at every competition, which is not something that we normally get in ice dance. They also do a Romeo and Juliet rhythm dance. I mean, free dance. And I'll be honest, guys, usually I do like me a good Romeo and Juliet free dance. I'm a sucker for a classic. I'm not a big fan of their version of the Romeo and Juliet. And then Jun Fei and Jayne. Of the two Chinese pairs, I feel like I prefer them. Their rhythm dance is okay, but there is a nice tension to their free program that I really, really like. And I do feel like they play off of each other a little better. Now, we're going to get to Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin. And you know I'm going to rant right about now. But this time, it's not a rant toward Teamplushenko and Diana Davis. It's a rant towards Marie-France Dubry, Patrick Lezon, and the whole I Am Gabra group. You guys took Iteri's Putin diamond money. And you gave her daughter two shitty programs. Let us be honest here. Forget this bullshit that they are trying to feed us about the improvement Diana has made, because she has not. That is not true. Diana is still on a flat edge. Diana is still slow as hell. But worse yet, out of all of this, is Diana is a stiff skater. So why, Marie-France Dubry, would you give her Lady Marmalade, a program that requires sensuality, rhythm, and upper and lower body mobility? As a coach, as a choreographer, your job is to study your skater, to learn their strength, to learn their weaknesses, and then you are to create a program that hides their weakness and showcase their strength. This short program does none of that. While the free for me is just a bunch of awkward lifts, every position that they are in looks awkward and uncomfortable. Yet the lifts may be difficult. The lifts may get, the scores, but they do not look pretty or showcase any flow or ease of movement. If you are going to accept them, then you should help them. Put Diana's ass in some edge class. I would recommend sending her to Tracy Wilson, but I know Tracy ain't got no time for that mess. Stop trying to sell us the idea of Diana Davis and Gleb Smoking improving, and help them to improve. Give them the proper packaging and material so that we can see that improvement. I will be honest here, guys, and I did not jinx them. When I put them in 8th place, I put them there because that is where their skating skills, especially hers, and their two shitty program deserve for them to be. I was not trying to jinx them, but I was very surprised to see the judges agree with me. Yes, Diana did have an error in her twizzles in the short program, but I really thought Eteri had some money left over from her Putin diamond bag, and she was having herself some white envelope dinners, and the judges were gonna overlook this. I was so surprised by her being in 8th place because I didn't think they would put her in 8th place, even though I had her in 8th place. But honestly speaking, that is where they belong because of their packaging, because of their skating skill. And shame on you, Marie-France Dubry, Patrick Lezon, and all of you at Gabra. This is some BS, and you better watch out, because if the 30 gets upset, you never know what she might do. Then Lauricia and Theo, their first twizzle was so perfectly in sync. I prefer their free to their rhythm dance, but I feel like the rhythm dance for me, I I prefer the free than the rhythm dance to about 90% of all the teams. So that's not really saying much. What I do like about this team, and you see this in their free program, is they are equally matched in their skating skills. There's a lot of pairs where you can clearly see which skater is the stronger of the two. You don't really get this here because they are so equally matched in their skills. And I do feel like they have nice skating skills. They have good flow. I just feel like they haven't quite found two programs that are going to elevate them to that next level yet. But I do think it's coming. And then Caroline and Michael, I enjoy their programs so much this season. Their leg extension almost mirror each other perfectly. They are the definition of skating at one in some part of their skating, and I really, really like it. Their free this season is just beautiful. They are creating such beautiful pictures on the ice. I feel like their choreographer, John-Luc Baker, had a vision, and this team is breathing life into this vision, and I'm truly enjoying watching them do this. Unfortunately for them, they are skating for America, and ice dance in America has such depth. The competition to make it to Worlds is going to be incredibly difficult for them this season. But it's not because of lack of talent or because of their material. It's just because of the depth that we currently have, in skating and ice dance in general, and American ice dance specifically. This was a I would say a disappointing outing for Julia and Matthias. The rhythm dance is growing on me. I always feel like this pair, their weakness is their rhythm dance, but I do feel like the rhythm dance is growing on me. I don't love it, but it is growing on me. I did love how on point their twizzles were in the rhythm dance. It was literally the best part of the performance for me. It was musical, it was light, it was strong. I really loved their twizzles in the rhythm dance. They were selling me on free free dance, and I was buying 100%. Right up to the end of the program where they had a small stubble, but this is a wonderful showcase of their skills. And I think if they could perform clean at European, it will make it that much more difficult for the judges there. Olivia Tim, oh my goodness, this rhythm dance just gets better every time I see it. Honestly, if I were to ever give a Lady Marmalade program, it would be to Olivia Smart. If we're gonna do Gitchy Gitchy Yaya Dada, I think it should be Olivia Smart. It should not be Diana Davis. It should not be Nadia. It should probably be Olivia Smart, because this is a woman who has sensuality. This is a woman who has rhythm. This is a woman who can actually move her lower and upper body together. Not that I would actually ever give anyone Lady Marmalade Gitchy Gitchy Yaya Dada. Like, come on now. Their rhythm dance, like I said, it gets better for me every time I see it. The free dance here was spellbinding. It was spellbinding. I cannot believe how far this program has come from the start of the season. When I first saw this program, she was in that orange drapey outfit. He was in that green onesie, and I was like, no. Then Madison Chalk put her lovely hands to the outfit. They really got into sync with each other, and this just became amazing. Without a doubt, my favorite Dune program of the season. As they were performing it, I was like, where's my popcorn? This deserved popcorn. I want more of this from the Costco of figure skating. This was so good that they were third in the free dance. They were third in the free dance. That's how good this free dance is. And I feel like if they could get a little higher in the rhythm dance and they could continue this level with the free dance, they could be on some podiums this season. I'm just saying. In third place here is Christina and Anthony. They are just growing really nicely into their presentation. You know, every season I feel like they do get a little better in their presentation. They do get a little better in their connection to each other. Not only their presentation, but also they're technically growing as well. The Twizzlers were really good in terms of their measurement at this event. They are also selling that free dance, and I am also buying that free dance. Their Twizzle in the free is so on the music. This is beautiful choreographic phrasing. This was something that Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer always did incredibly well in terms of timing their Twizzles to their to the music in their program. And it's good to see Christina and Anthony carry on that same practice. Aside from their skating, Madison Hubble looks great in the kiss and cry. And I love her telling Christina, like, hey, listen, there are stainless lipstick. Why are you out here kissing on Anthony and smearing your lipstick all over him? Girl, go get you some Maybelline. I was like, that's so Madison. And you could tell they have that kind of comfortable, relationship as athlete and coach, which not too long ago they were competitors, which I just think creates a really cute dynamic. I wanted Zachary and Marjorie to win here. That's not something that I was hiding. But they finished here with a second place, a silver medal, which does mean they make it to the Grand Prix final. For me, this pair, their skating is so smooth. Zach really gets into the characters. once he gets on the ice, and Marjorie has such nice fluid movement. The free really shows how well matched they are as a pair. And that makes sense because probably out of the pairs that are competing here, they've been together the longest. They've been together since they were pre-novice. And you could tell how much trust, how much confidence they have in each other. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm still waiting for something more from this free program. This may be just me being greedy, but I feel like this program should be building to a crescendo that leaves me just like their last two programs did. I just feel like I'm not getting that yet. Again, I may be greedy, but I just want a little something more. But I do love both of their programs this season, and I want to see how they progress. Of course, Charlene and Marco won here, and my first thought is they are so proficient in their technical skill. They skate so fast and so close to each other. However, in the rhythm dance, it seems like they didn't know what they were selling, and I also didn't want to buy whatever they were selling. I just don't get that rhythm dance. It does nothing for me. I'll just be honest. Technically, yes, it's completely there. Theme, musicality, storytelling, not doing anything for me. Guys, I have said this many times, and I will continue to say this. I am so incredibly shallow. Not a little bit shallow, but a lot shallow, because a change of outfit in the free was all it took for me to say, yes, the Italians are back in the conversation. Listen, that 10-man onesie was just too much for me to take. It was distracting and I could not focus on their skating. Now that they have these nice little black with silver outline robotic outfit, I'm now starting to think, you know what? This program is not bad. Do I love it? No. However, can I now focus more on the composition of the program? Can I now see their skating? Do their lifts look a little less awkward? Absolutely. So yes, I agreed with the standing here. Would I have been happier with Zachary and Marjorie winning? Yes. Am I okay with this? Yes. The men. For right off the top, Wesley Chu had to withdraw from this competition because he injured himself while he was practicing. So I hope, he has time to heal and, has a really good competition at Canadian Nationals. I was really wrong about the men. Right off the top, I was really wrong about the men in the podium there. My predictions had been Adam Sion Hemfa to win here, Shun Soto to be in second place, Mateo Rizzo to be in third place, Denis Vasiliev to be in fourth place, Boyan Zhang in fifth place, Nikolai Momola in sixth place, Mikhail Shadorov in seventh place, Nika Igitsa in eighth place, Hyong Kim in ninth place, Yongdong Chen in 10th place, Daewei Day in 11th place, and then I had Wesley Chu in 12th place. I was completely off. Completely off. But I will be honest and said this was more like my dream, how I wanted it to play out, not how it would play out based on the scores that we've already seen. The actual event gave us Shun Soto winning here, Mikhail Sharadov in second place, Adam Sion Hemfa in third place, Nika Igitsa in fourth place, Mateo Rizzo in fifth place, Daewei Day in sixth place, Denis Vasiliev in seventh place, Boyan Zhang in eighth place, Hong Yong Kim in ninth place, Nikolai Momola in 10th place, and Yoon Dong Chen in 11th place, with Wesley having withdrawn. Yoon had a really nice short program here, which he started off with his quad sal. In terms of packaging, I did not love the fact that he was wearing a black pants and a black shirt. I would just like to see a little more effort in the costume. That's all. However, I do respect Yoon-dong's commitment in the free. His hair was dyed to match his outfit. He was committed. Unfortunately, the jumps were not as committed to him as he was committed to the theme here. The opening quad style has a step out. His quad toe loop was only a double. He fell on the triple axel. He was down on the triple lutz. I don't think there was a single jump in this competition that was clean. and I just feel like this was probably not what he wanted to do on home ice. So this was just another rough outing for him. Nikolai Mamola also had a difficult outing at this competition. He tried the difficult quad lutz, which of course a lot of respect for that, but then he had to step out and put his hand down. For his combo, which really put him down, was just a triple lutz double toe. He couldn't manage to get a triple toe onto that combination because he was leaning so far when he did the triple lutz. Most of the Italian men are doing a quad loop and they seem to be struggling with it. And this was the jump that opened Nikolai's long program, and he went down on that quad loop. Nikolai looked a little tired at this competition, and again, I'm just hoping he has the time to rest before nationals as well as European if he makes the team. Hanyu had a mixed debut here. The short was not great with both the quad toes and the triple axel getting negative GOE. He also lost a lot of point on his spins, so I really want people to start working on those spins because they are costly. However, maybe because he had nothing to lose in the free, he came back fighting. He had a much better quad toe and triple axel here, and almost all of his jumps were clean here. I feel like he is making a clear statement that he is the second Korean man, both at home and internationally. So this was a really good outing for him, if a little uneven. Boyang is still making a slow climb to recovery. So that's why we saw in the short program the triple S triple toe was a little under rotated, but the other jumps were clean. What I did love was the support that he is receiving from the fans at home. The free was also a little better here than he had before. He went for the quad lutz and it was huge. That's what he opened his free program with, his long program with, but he just couldn't control it, so he stepped out. He did a quad toe, he did the triple axel Euler, triple style cow, and then he also did a second triple axel, and all of those jumps were more successful here than they had been previously. But after he got through that first half of the program, the second half was a struggle. Every jump was a struggle. However, you could see the fans supporting him. There was great love. You saw the rain of stuffed animals giving us, a flashback to the reign of poos for Yuzuru Hanyu. Now, Boy and Jen did withdraw from Chinese national to focus on a lower back pain, a lower back injury that he's had for quite a while now, and I'm so glad that he is focusing on getting healthy. Since he did not finish as the top Chinese man here, and he's not going to be at nationals, I wonder what that means for him in terms of going to worlds, because I do believe China only has one spot for men at worlds. I could be wrong. You guys can let me know in the comment, but I think they only have one spot. And then Dennis here, the battle with the quad style continue with him popping it in the short program into only a single jump. The free, we also had another pop quad style, but this time it was into a double. However, he fought back and he changed his program layout and he tried and he landed a clean quad style. The only major mistake he had in the free was the bad landing on the triple lutz triple style. Everything else was pretty good. I am still keeping the dream of the European medal alive for Dennis because he has been really consistent for him this season. It was wonderful to see. Day was the top ranked Chinese man here. He opened his short program with a nice quad toe and he held the edge on the triple toe. So it was like a nice quad toe, triple toe. I really enjoyed the 80s soft rock music that he has going on in this short program. I feel like we don't get enough 80s soft rock in men's skating. The jumps were on point. He has nice speed, good ice coverage and flow. Overall, I like it. The free was also nice with a easy opening quad toe, double toe, and he also did two beautiful triple axel in this program. I mean, he also went down on the quad toe loop and the triple Lutz. So he is showing that they need to work more on the stamina in order to build up to the free. But overall, we saw some good skating skills, some nice extension. So overall, for me, this was a really good outing on home ice for Day. Mateo, oh, another skater coming back from injury. So many injured skaters this season. And I feel like in the short program, compared to his last competition, he had a much better quad loop, which he followed by a nice triple Lutz, triple toe. It was effortless. And then he went into the triple axel, and it was just a light. It was like he was doing a regular double toe. The triple axel was beautiful. Height, coverage, everything just lovely. His jumps were on point, but he unfortunately lost a balance check on a spin. Again, people, you gotta work on those spins because they are so costly. The free here for him was not as successful. He opened with the quad toe loop, which was under rotated. Like you could clearly see it was under rotated. I would say that the set of the triple axels were the best jumps in this program. As for the loop really is a problem jump for him because he had a fall on the triple loop. Not even a quad loop, just a fall on the triple loop. And then the judges were really strict here because he only got a level 2 on his step sequence, which is usually a highlight for Matteo. Also, he looked really tired here again. Like, I feel like these Italian men have competed a lot this season, and I hope he also gets a break before nationals and European. Then we had Nika Igatse. The short started with quad sal triple toe, which looked very easy. It looked very easy, like he was just doing this in practice, like he does this every day while he's working. He followed it with a quad toe, which was a little off, and then the triple axel, he two-footed it and he stepped out. So overall, the short here was okay for him. The free started off with him being lost in the air in his opening quad Lutz. I mean, he came back with a nice quad toe, but from there it was pretty much an up and down program. The quad sal triple toe had a poor landing. The triple axel had a step out. He went down on the triple flip Euler triple sal. You had like good and you had bad, and it was overall the same standard jump drill. I would have to say, Ekaterina being forced to show empathy to a non-winning boy and the kiss and cry, this may just be a form of karmic punishment for Iteri. If we recall, in Iteri Tuberetsi's heyday, if you perform poorly, Iteri would give you a jacket to Daniel Gleichenhaus or Sergei Dudakov to go get your ass. Iteri did not sit in the kiss and cry with losers. She only sat with people who were going to be on the podium. So it is interesting to see Iteri not only in the kiss and cry with somebody who's not going to be on the podium, but trying to comfort them. So there you go, skating deities. So in third place with the bronze medal here was Adam, which was a surprise to me and probably a surprise to most people. This was another not quite there short program for Adam. Like right off the bat, when he went into his quad Lutz triple toe, you could tell he was tight. Like usually that jumps he does with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and it's very effortless. You could tell he was tight here. And then the struggle continued when he went down on the quad toe loop. The only jump that was really like yes was the triple axel. But this is still the best short program from Adam this season. The free, unfortunately, just started off on the wrong foot where he just had like a pop where he doubled the quad Lutz. And then we had like the quad toe loop and the triple loop, which was a struggle with a hand down. Then we only had a single axle, double axle combination. There were some highlights in this program with a really nice quad toe. The step sequence was a level 3. Then he went and he over rotated a triple axle as his last jump. So that was the finished image that the judges had of his skating. I do feel like both of his programs here are really good, and I would love to see them skated cleanly. Adam withdrew from the Grand Prix final to heal, and I think that is a great move. As always, for me, health first, health first. I do have to say though, if the team knows he has an injury, why are they doing 2 backflips? Why not wait until the injury is healed, until he's back at 100% to add those backflips? That's just a comment that I just feel like I had to put out there. In second place here was Mikhail. He had his best outing to date here. The short program was a master lesson on pure jump technique. He gave us a beautiful quad lutz triple toe, followed by a lovely triple axel, and then a nice quad toe. Although the first half of his short program is a jump drill, they are lovely jumps. And in the second half, you can see that Mikhail is working on the PCS part of it. You could see that the teams took the criticism from last season and they are working on improvement. The great jumps continued in the free with a beautiful quad lutz, followed by an easy as you please triple axel quad toe, the only person doing that combination right now, and then a nice quad flip. It was a dream start, which had me a little worried, but the second half was just as good with a quad toe Euler triple sow. We got 4 clean quads in this program, with the only major error being his choreographic sequence, which some could say ended up costing him the title. With Adam withdrawing from the Grand Prix final, we will now be seeing Mikhail competing in the Grand Prix final, since he's the first runner up, which he will be making history for his country. And we love history in figure skating. The winner here was Shun Soto. Shun really can't get a break from the judges on this short program. He started that short program with a cracker of a quad lutz, followed by a quad toe triple toe that was light as a feather. The judges only gave him a level 2 on his step sequence, and I would like for someone to explain that to me because that doesn't make sense. However, all his spins were level 4. Shun has grown so much from his junior eras to here. You could see the glide, the ice coverage, the speed, the presentation, that he is actively working on all of this, and he is trying to grow to become a well-rounded skater. I feel like these hating judges gave him a time violation specifically to keep him from breaking that 100 um bookmark, which I do feel he should have broken with that performance in the short program. The free was not as successful as the short, so he's still searching for a clean free program this season. The start was not bad. He had another beautiful quad lutz. However, he only had a double flip instead of a quad flip. He managed to recover it with a beautiful quad toe loop triple toe. However, he followed that with an easy quad toe loop and then a triple axel triple toe. I was like, okay, we're doing something here. But then the rest of the program was a fight. Again, I feel like this is a question of stamina and not a question of skills, which he obviously have. It was really nice to see him and the coach and the kissing cry. The coach was so much more enthusiastic about him winning here than Shun was himself. All in all, I don't think the scoring in the men were incredibly egregious. I know a lot of people felt like Mikhail should be first in at this competition, which I wouldn't disagree with. But I do also felt like Shun was robbed in the short program, and had he been scored correctly, they might have been a different. So the judges could have taken that into account. So we'll have to wait and see. And then moving on to the pairs. The pairs was another surprise here for me. These disciplines were just out here surprising me. But the surprise was mostly positive. So when I did my prediction, I had Minerva Fabian Hayes and Nikita Valadin as the winner. I had Sarah Conti and Nicola Mercier in second place. I had Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud in third place. I had Yu Cheng Wang and Li Zhu in fourth place. I had Isabel Gemez and Alexander Korovin in fifth place. I had Katie Macbeth and Daniel Parkman in sixth place. I had Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev in 7th place, and I had Luia Chechetina and Michael Woznia in 8th place. Nope, that was not what happened. What happened here is we had Sarah Conti and Nicola Massey in 1st place. We had Minerva Fabian Hayes and Nikita Volodin in 2nd place. Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud in 3rd place. Then, jumping up the ladder, we had Luia Chechenchina and Mika Woznia in 4th place. Then Catherine Macbeth and Daniel Parkman in 5th place. Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev in 6th place. Isabel Gemez and Alexander Kovin in 8th place. And then Yu Chen Wang and Li Zing in 8th place. So, interesting all around. Again, we have to constantly remind ourselves the ice is slippery, the blades are thin. Anything that could happen in figure skating will happen in figure skating. So in 8th place, Yu Cheng and Lei. I really don't have an impression of this team yet. In terms of what they did in the short program, they had a triple toe where their timing was off, but they managed to land it. Their twist had nice height, and they had a nice throw triple loop. The free was composed like most of your Chinese pairs program, where they did the opening side-by-side combinations and single jumps at the beginning just so they can get rid of it. The twist here looked good in the air, but they had body contact when she came down on the exit. He went down on the side-by-side triple sow, which is unusual in a Chinese pair because like 98% of the time, it's usually the woman that goes down. But more unusual was the fact that they had a step out on the throw triple loop and the sow. They had a struggle on both their throws, both the throw triple loop and the sow, and then the lifts were a struggle for them, which I don't think I've ever seen in a Chinese pair, because usually the throws and the lifts are the bread and butter of the Chinese pair. So it was really strange to see them struggle on those kind of elements here. And then Isabel and Alexander, they continue to grow as a pair. The twist was good in the short. The side-by-side, she downgraded it. The throw triple loop, she went down on. We have yet to see them skate either of their programs clean this season. The free, they opened with a better twist. However, they followed that by her going down on the side-by-side triple sow. And then they just decided they were going to skip the combo jump altogether. They were not going to bother. They did one double and that was it. They had a nice throw triple loop, but then she went down on the throw triple sow. They also had some lovely lifts. I feel like they have two good programs and there are moments in the program. It's just the combination hasn't quite come together yet. And I'm going to say this, they don't seem happy at all in the kiss and cry. Like they don't seem connected as a pair or really supportive as a pair. There's just something, I don't know, about this pair. I guess we'll have to wait and see since, they're fairly new. And then the husband and wife team, Camille and Pavel, they had a much more successful outing here than they had at their, home Grand Prix. In the short program, she put her hand down on the triple toe side by side, and she had a really hard fall on the throw triple flip. The lifts were good, and overall, I feel like they're moving in the right direction. The opening twist on the free was okay. The side-by-side was only a double sow. And then they had a fall on the triple loop by Camille, which means they could not do a triple combination. The throw triple flip, her hand went down, but they had a much better throw triple sow. Again, even though it wasn't perfect here, I do feel like they're gradually moving in the right direction and they're also coming back from injury too. Katie and Danielle, the short program was probably not the Grand Prix debut that they wanted. Their opening triple twist looked good in the air. However, they could not separate themselves once she was on the ground. And for some reason, Katie ended up falling. So she ended up going down. This was followed by a fall in their side-by-side triple toe and then a hand down on the throw triple lutz. And then they lost balance on their combo spin, which cost them even more. I would say out of all their elements, the only thing I remember being clean was the death drop, the death spiral. I think that's the only thing. All the other elements were getting negative GOE. The free was much better. The free was much better. They had a lovely, lovely triple twist, followed by clean side-by-side jumps relatively. The throw triple loop was the highlight of the program for me. So much height, so much ice coverage, so much speed. Katie also managed to remain on her feet on the throw triple lutz. This pair for me and their spins and their lifts, they seem to have good ice coverage. I think this team might surprise us at US Nationals. I'm just putting it out there. And then surprising me was Luya and Mika. This team has yet to leave an impression on me. I'll be honest about that. In the short, their twist is okay. The triple toe side by side is not bad. The triple flip is not bad. They do have great lifts. The twist and the free is even better side by side. She went down. The throw triple flip, she hang on. The throw triple sow was a little better. I don't like the sudden change of music in their program or in programs overall. It creates a dissonance in my brain that I don't really enjoy when I'm watching figure skating. They did have all level 4 lifts, which was quite amazing. I just don't know where this team really fits in the overall scheme of things. But I was still happy for them to have such a successful outing here. Winning our bronze medal was Leah and Trent. This was the outing that they have wanted all season in their short program. The short, they give us a twist that was not bad, but it was a great warm-up to a triple toe side by side that was just effortless and on point. They followed that by an even better throw triple sow cow. I felt like also their lifts, their side by side, their spirals, their step sequence, everything was on point at this program as they have been growing over the season. The free started out with an okay twist, which they followed by a nice triple toe loop with the double axel. The second double axel Trent sort of two-footed. Leah had to turn out on their triple sow cow, but the rest of the program wasn't bad. I mean, it was a little uneven with Leah going down on the throw triple loop and then having a clean throw triple sow. The lifts were nice, not great, but they were nice. But I just feel like overall this pair is moving in the right direction. In second place here, again, surprising me, was Maneva and Nikita. They are doing really good this season. This short gave us a huge twist. That twist was huge with a side-by-side triple sow cow that was on the music and a throw triple loop that had tons of attitude. Their lifts were easy and the side-by-side spin was good. Everything was brilliant and I was just thinking, oh, they're about to get a new season best. But the ice can be so deceitful and trick them with a fall in the step sequence by Nikita. Despite the fall, I really like this program and I hope I can see them skated clean. The free was so good. They had the best twist of the competition. They followed that by a nice triple toe, double axel, and then a lovely triple sow. Throw triple loop and throw triple sow were both landed effortlessly. All the lifts were level 4. Only minor things is that the death spiral was a level 1, which unfortunately ended up costing them this title. Then we moved on to the winners here, Sarah and Nicolo. I really feel like this team is looking strong this season. The twist is looking so much better, and that was one of their weakest element, but it's looking so much better. In the short, the throw triple loop was on the music, and they had a beautiful side-by-side triple sow that was just perfectly timed. Their lifts were easy, the death drop were on point, their step sequence was good. They were a little out of sync by the side-by-side, but the judges decided not to take anything away from that. This is the best that I've seen them all season. The free saw them continue in this direction. They had the triple toe, double axel, double axel. They had a mistake on the last jump, but then they came back with the triple sow. They had the throw triple loop and the throw triple sow, and they landed both. What gave them the win, I felt, was their level 4 death spiral and level 4 twist. This is a great setup for them for like European and world, as well as their own internal national, which may be quite difficult given the depth of the Italian pairs team right now. And then last but not least, we have the women. As always, the women tend to break my heart, heal my heart, break it again, heal it again. The women is always it's always a roller coaster for me whenever I watch women. So when I did my prediction, my picks were Amber Glenn for the win, Mona Chiba in second place, Cheon Kim in third place. So I got the podium completely right for women. In fourth place, I had Kimi Rippon, followed by Rion Sumiyoshi, then Rinka Watanabe, seventh place, Madeline Cesar, eighth place, Anastasia Gabanova, ninth place, Zayan N. Nini, aka Nini, in 10th place Hongyi Chen, in 11th place Yuzuru, and then in 12th place I had Mencha Kim. So I was completely right about the first three. The winner here was Amber Glenn, silver Mona Chiba, bronze was Cheon Kim. However, both Rion Simiochi and Rika Watanabe finished ahead of Kimi Rippon. And then the rest of the standing, Madeline Skizos and Anastasia Gabanova finished in 7th and 8th, how I wanted them to. And then there was a flip in the women. So then it was like 9th place Yizu, 10th place Zayan and Nini. 11th place was Mencha Kem, and then in 12th place was Yonggi Chen. I mean, I feel like Yonggi usually opens with a big triple toe, which is like her strongest jump combination. Unfortunately, she went down on the first triple toe, but did manage to add a double toe to her triple lutz, which I feel like is really good thinking on her part, but then she went down on the double axel. The long started off even worse than the free program because she had a hard fall on the triple toe. She came back with a nice triple lutz double toe, but then her triple loop was two-footed. The rest of the program was just a bunch of double jumps. She looked slow and tentative with no fight and no will to salvage this program. I felt like the lack of a fight is what led to negative GOE on her step sequence and so many of her other elements. Unfortunately, this was not the outing she wanted on home ice, and I do feel like the skater does have more potential. And then Mencha, she did the triple toe in the short, but she has that face down towards the ice technique that I really don't like. This was a better short performance for her than her last Grand Prix. And then the free, she did better on the triple toe because she wasn't facing the ice in that 90-degree jump technique. But when we went to the triple flip double toe, you saw that jump technique to the 100%. The triple style was a nice jump. It was nice and straight and in the air. But then she went down on the lutz and then down on the flip and then she popped the double axel. I feel like her technique is similar to Isabel Levido in that she does that knee bend and then she bends her entire body completely over the knee. And for me, this technique is really difficult on the hip, on the lower back, on the knees, on the thigh. And it also doesn't look very pleasant. It's a jump technique. Whenever I see it, I automatically want to give it negative GOE. Um, as for Nini, she performed about as well as could be expected here. She had a nice opening triple loop and then an easy double axel, and I would say the best triple Salchow triple toe that I've seen from her all season. As always, her spins were the highlight of the short program. The free was okay with a nice double axel. Um, the triple flip was under rotated to the naked eye. No need for a replay. So was her solo triple loop. You could tell that bad boy was under rotated. She did like a double axel triple toe, which I thought was very nice, as was her, triple sal. Nini only got a level 2 on her step sequence. And I feel like, again, that tech caller on the step sequence was not playing. I feel like if China were to send Nini to the Worlds after their national, I could see her maybe doing a top 20 finish. And I feel like that would be a realistic goal for her. And then we got to Yizuru. He was the surprise top Chinese woman finish here, and I was so glad to see her doing better. The Beijing Olympic was so hard on her. The people in China was so hard on her. They felt like she was a nepotism baby and she only got her spot because her father was a professor. It was very difficult. Like watching her doing the Beijing Olympic was quite heartbreaking because she was struggling so much. But Yi is such a beautiful skater. She has a lovely triple toe in the short and a nice easy double axel. But I still feel like the triple loop is her best jump in the short program. Everything about her skating is pleasant. The long did not start off quite the way she wanted with a fall on the flip, but then she came back with the two triple loop, one in combination and one just a single. There was also a nice triple toe loop. This is another program that felt uneven just because I feel like technically she lacks the firepower to really be competitive with the other women. Anastasia Gabanova continues to struggle this season, and in the short, we saw her step out on her triple flip, and then she went down on the triple Lutz, which meant like she was gonna have no combination here, which saw her falling pretty low down the list. Um, the long was much better. She started with a triple flip, triple toe, followed by the triple Lutz and the loop. The triple sow that she did was a little overcooked, but then most of her jumps were clean with level 3 step sequence. Her long program doesn't feel like a cohesive program to me, but this was a much better outing for her than her last outing. Despite the struggle this season, I could still see a podium finish at European for Anastasia. Madeline Skizos regressed a little here from her outing at Skate Canada. She did a triple Lutz double toe instead of a triple Lutz triple toe to start her short program with that combination. She also then lost control of her triple loop and only managed to receive a level 2 step sequence. Again, the tech caller here was not playing especially tough. I do feel like she made a lot of groundwork up in the free program with a nice opening triple S triple toe, which was what she was looking for in her short program. And then she went into a better triple flip than we've seen from her. And then she had a cracker triple loop. The triple Salchow that followed was also lovely. Things were going great for her. That first half of the the free program was going great for her until she went into the triple Lutz, which she only managed to double, and then it was just like a series of her doubling her jumps. And then she also got another level 2 step sequence here. I do still think that Madeline is the front runner for Canadian women in Worlds. However, I can't say she will win another Canadian national. Like, I can't be 100% and say that she'll win another Canadian national. Kimi Rippon is going from strength to strength this season. Her triple flip, triple toe in the short program had good, nice speed to it. She has a beautiful double axel that followed by a nice triple loop. Her spins are lovely. She's just working on the whole package. You can see the work that is being done because the free also had a nice opening triple flip, triple toe. Her sal was also again, her triple sal here was also again quite lovely. She has a beautiful back and nice hand movement. My only reservation about Kimi is the height of her jumps. To be honest, Kimi barely leaves the ice when she jumps. I feel like if her jumps could get more height, we could really have something on our hands in terms of Kimi Rippon. Then we had Rinka Watanabe. She did better in the Grand Prix than I was expecting, I'll be honest. She was much more consistent here than we have seen her. Her jump in the short was not bad. There was a nice double axel followed by the triple lutz. And the compo triple loop, triple toe was a bit of a struggle, but not that much to deter from her score. Um, the long was her best outing to date. First of all, she had a clean triple axel, which she followed by a big triple loop, triple toe, and then a nice triple flip. The triple lutz double axel was also very nice. The first half of this program was on point. However, she was down on the triple lutz and triple loop. She only got a level 2 step sequence with her jumps not while her jumps are not consistent, I will always say they are memorable. They have good speed going in and out of them. They have a lot of height. They have power. She has really nice air position. I do feel like in terms of speed, height, and power, definitely Renka had those things going. And then in fourth place was Rion. Starting with her short, there was like a little misstep in the setup of her double axel, but she corrected course and it did not catch anything. Um, because the flip, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at with Rion. She's got a lovely layback spin that I really like and a nice step sequence. There's so much growth in the artistic and musicality aspect of her jump that I felt like we've watched grown over the last 2 seasons. Also, you could tell she's working on her stamina, which we saw in the long program with a nice double axel triple toe loop to open, the long program. Unfortunately, the program was a little uneven at some point where she like stepped out on the triple lutz. She took a fall on the triple loops. She struggled on the triple lutz double toe. I mean, and then she went back and she had a nice triple flip as her final jump. I do feel like Japan is spoiled for riches in their women. I don't see Rian as a front runner for Worlds, but saying that if she was skating at this level for any other, federation, I could definitely see her as their national champion or something like that. Third place here, healing and breaking my heart, was Cheon Kim. There is so much riding on her small little shoulder. I was happy to see her rise to the occasion with the double axel in the short program, followed by a nice triple toe, triple lutz, triple toe, and then her flip had zero question. She was that confident about the flip. The short program suits Cheon so well with the fast beat of the music, the almost robotic, futuristic nature to it. Cheon jumps are so on most of the time. In the free program, the opening double axel, the opening triple loop, the triple flip, triple toe, the triple flip, double toe loop, double toe was a wonderful start to the program, and all of these jumps were effortless. The first triple Lutz was leaning a little, so she didn't do the combination on that jump. Instead, she added it to the triple Lutz triple toe on the second part of the program. For me, this was nice work, quick thinking, trying to figure out how to maximize your points. The triple flip double axel was also nice, and this was one of the few skaters with level 4 step sequence and all level 4 spins. I adore Cheon, but there was no face change in that program. We got one emotion for the whole program. I think if Cheon hadn't competed so much at the start of the season, she probably would have performed better at her Grand Prix. At least that's what I think. As things stand, with Cheon alone, I don't think South Korea will be able to retain their 3 positions. You never know, but I think it's going to be a very difficult fight for them. In second place with the silver medal was Mona Chibe. I am emotionally invested in this skater. You can see that this team has been working on the rotations of the jumps with that clean triple Lutz triple toe in the short program, and then she had a lovely double axel where she just holds that outside edge forever, and then the triple flip was even better. The spins are lovely, wonderful step sequence. This short program was everything to me, and I felt like the judges underscored Mona Shiba here. The long was almost perfect. It opened with lovely height on the triple flip, triple toe. The same height could be seen on the triple salve, the triple loop, and the double axel. She kept that same speed, height, ice coverage into the second half of her program with a nice triple Lutz double axel, followed by an even nicer triple Lutz with both hands over her head, and then she does the double toe, double toe. So it's the triple Lutz, both hands over the head, double toe loop, double toe. The flip was landed in a relaxed manner. I was about to jump for joy, but it was too soon. A loss of balance on her edge in the step sequence, and down she went. All I could think was, why skating? Oh, but then you have to remember the ice is slippery, the blades are thin, and anything that could happen will happen on a step sequence. She had all level 4s on her spin. I do feel like she lost the title because of that fall on the step sequence. However, prior to that fall, this was a master class in beautiful skating. Again, very invested in Mona Shiba to see where she's going to go as a skater. And then Amber Glenn, the winner here, and I was so happy. This is the promise that Amber was showing to all of us, and that she is now delivering. And it was beautiful. The short program opened with the triple axel, and it was like butter. That triple axel is really starting to become her trademark. Then she followed it up by the triple flip, triple toe, and she had to step out and put her hand down. But then the triple loop was easy peasy, and her spins look good. But I did agree with the judges having Amber Glenn in second place after the short program. The long program had me holding my breath from start to finish. The opening of the program is soft and lovely, only to lead you into a powerful triple axel, followed by a triple flip, triple toe, and then an easy triple Lutz double toe, and the triple salchow was equally as easy. I was like, yes, this first half of the program is great. Let's get it. Then we get to the second half, and we get 2 triple loop, 1 triple loop, double axel, double axel. I was like, triple loop, double axel, double axel. I'm here for it. And the triple loop, double axel was on the music. And by this point, I was sitting up. The triple flip was wonderful, followed by the second triple loop, equally wonderful. By this time, I was screaming at my my screen like I was a fan in a stadium. When the program was over, I did a solo clap, thinking this was a clean free skate. This was another step towards Amber to clean program. This was a well-deserved win by Amber and a well-deserved win for women skating overall. Having a 25-year-old woman in women's skating consistently landing clean triple axels is showing us what could be done. Having that woman be Amber Glenn, who is so outspoken about her mental health struggle, is sending such a powerful message to not only the skating community, but to the world. I am very, very happy. This was a very, very happy event for me. Um, yes, I enjoy Cup of China very much. As for who to shine my spotlight on from this event, I have a few. First, I would like to shine my spotlight on Boyan Jen and Adam Sion Hemfa for putting their health first. I am such a huge supporter of people putting their physical, mental, and spiritual health before all else. Second is the Italian, Charlene and Marco, for getting rid of those 10 onesies outfit. Now I can focus on their program. Yes. I would also like to shine a spotlight on Olivia and Tim for creating a cinematic experience on the ice. That Dune program is amazing. And lastly, on Amber for showing us what women figure skating could be when it is skater center. But you guys, please let me know in the comment, who would you shine your spotlight on? What did you think of both the Cup of China and Warsaw Cup? How did your prediction go? Let me know in the comment.